You've heard of crypto and you've been hearing about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but you're still not sure what it is or how to get it. Today, we're going to do a intro to crypto, the simplest video you can find on YouTube, just explaining it from a very high level so that even your mum and dad or your grandparents will be able to understand what I'm talking about and come away with a very basic understanding of what cryptocurrency is. Welcome to the channel. My name's Matthew, and today we're doing How to Crypto. We're going to talk about what is crypto, what are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and what are the differences, where can you buy and sell, and then we'll touch on some of the jargon to do with bull and bear markets, halving cycles, spot holdings, trading, long and short. That's all coming up. So I made a video yesterday, which was just following some day trading, and that was really just to get into recording on the computer. Since watching that video on YouTube, I've realized the quality is poor, and I'm working on it. It's still going to be a bit fuzzy today, but it doesn't matter so much because it's mainly going to be a talk through, and there's going to be less information on the screen. So hopefully you can follow along and it won't be too fuzzy. Now, you can see on the screen right now, Bitcoin, $60,700. What does that mean? That means you can buy a single Bitcoin for that amount of money. But don't worry, you don't have to buy a whole one. You can buy very, very, very small fractions of Bitcoin. You could buy $1 worth of Bitcoin if you wanted to. So let's start the video. Introduction to crypto. Crypto is short for cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Crypto to me is just another form of an investment. It's a bit like buying stocks or shares. It's just more volatile. But in order to get crypto, you need to be online, you need to have a computer. You can't walk into a bank to buy it. So it made sense for me to make another video like this where we're looking at the computer screen, and I can also show you some of the things I'm talking about. So crypto or cryptocurrency is just a digital form of a currency. To my mind, it's not really a currency. It's more like an investment. So whereas old-fashioned, let's call them, the term for old-fashioned currencies is fiat, F-I-A-T. It's actually a Latin word. It doesn't stand for something, but fiat currencies like the US dollar, the Great British Pound, the euro, etc., they are all examples of fiat currencies. They're run by governments of countries, and they are all inflationary, which means they gradually lose value over time as more and more gets printed, and you can buy less and less. You can buy less with a dollar now than you could 10 years ago. With cryptocurrency, it's actually the other way around. They tend to be deflationary, which means there's a finite amount available, and especially in the case of Ethereum, it's actually becoming scarcer, but we'll go into that later. So in theory, if you're looking for a safe place to have your money, cryptocurrency makes more sense than having it in pounds or dollars, really, because if you have £100 in the bank, you'll be earning a little bit of interest, but it's unlikely to match inflation, and then it'll be worth less in a few years. Whereas if you're holding cryptocurrency and it just sits there, it should be worth more because it's going to become scarcer over time. That's a basic overview of what crypto is. So then within crypto, you have different coins. The top two, which is all we're going to talk about today, Bitcoin and Ether. Now let's talk about specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. What are Bitcoin and Ethereum? They are cryptocurrencies. There are hundreds of coins, and these are the big two. So we're just going to talk about these today. They're the most well known. You'll be familiar at least with the names. Bitcoin is the largest, it's the most valuable, it's worth $60,000 for a Bitcoin. Ethereum currently is trading at around $2,600. But with both of them, like I said before, you don't have to buy a whole one. So you buy it for the long term, and it goes up in value over time. Ethereum, or Ether, actually, as it should be called if you're just talking about the coin, Ether is similar, but it's also different. It's more, I view it more like a tech investment, as it's more useful. Let's say it's more useful, okay? But in general terms, you buy them both in the same way, and you watch their value go up or down. But to all intents and purposes, you don't really need to know the differences, especially at the beginning. You buy and sell them in the same way as each other. So next, we're going to get into how do you buy and sell crypto. What we're looking at right now on my screen is an exchange, an online exchange called Coinbase. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. The other one would be Binance, and then you've also got Kraken. There are different ones. You really want to stick to the big ones. There has been in the past a history of some exchanges going out of business, and it can be a risk. So an exchange is where you can deposit your fiat, you can buy crypto, and you can keep your crypto there, but it's generally advised not to keep too much on the exchange in case it goes out of business. You can then transfer your crypto to some kind of wallet, which I won't talk about too much today, but it just means that you hold your own cryptocurrency. It's not held by an exchange. Let's leave it there for today. Now let's look at Coinbase. So at the moment we're looking at Bitcoin. You can see the price changing quite quickly, and if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can just put in the amount of USD that you want to buy. So just a note, I am based in the States, and the exchanges I'll be showing you are ones that are available in the US. And if you're in a different country, then you'll probably have Coinbase, you'll probably have Binance, unless you're in the UK. And yeah, you can just just do a search for the biggest, best exchanges in your country. So you can just put in the amount of USD that you want to buy, and you can click on buy Bitcoin. And then depending how you set up your account, it will take the money direct from your bank account, or you may already have a cash balance that you've deposited. You may have a cash balance from previously selling some Bitcoin or other coin, and you'll just use that to buy it. But it's very straightforward. So that's how you buy, and then you can click on sell to sell it. I don't have any Bitcoin on Coinbase. But yeah, that's how you would sell it, and then you can withdraw to your bank account. So you're going to link your bank account. You're going to deposit dollars or whatever your local currency is. You're then going to use those dollars to buy your crypto. You're then going to keep your crypto for however long you want. It could be a few minutes, but there are fees, so you're likely to lose. It could be a few days, it could be a few weeks, months, or years. Then you can come back here to sell it again. You can also convert from one currency to another, so you can go from Bitcoin to Ethereum, or from Ethereum to Bitcoin, and so on. This display here, you can actually see the price of Bitcoin going back for all time. So that's quite cool. You can see where it peaked. This is where a lot of people got their fingers burned in 2021. Everyone was buying, getting excited up here. Then it drops, and then they panicked and sold, and then it went back up again. Then they're all buying again, and then everyone loses out, and then if you were sensible, you don't just sell because it's going low, you hold it, and then eventually it came back up again. And at the moment it's around 60, the all-time high is 73, nearly 74,000. Yeah, and right now we're around 60. So that's the value of Bitcoin. If we have a look at Ethereum, so right now, this is today. See, not much change today. Not much change this week. It's been very boring, just sideways action. They call it choppy sideways action. Over the course of the month, it has dropped quite a lot, 23%. Let's look at the all-time chart. It peaks at the same time as Bitcoin at 4,300, 4,400, and then again here at 4,600. Recently, it hasn't hit the all-time high again like Bitcoin has, but it got up to 4,000 and now it's at 2.5. It's all noise. It's all noise. Now we're going to talk about how you actually plan to invest in cryptocurrencies next. So the safest way to invest is to buy a little bit at a time. It's known as dollar cost averaging, or DCA, and you can buy a little bit every day, you can buy a little bit every week, or you can put, say, a set amount in from each paycheck twice a month or once a month, or you can just put in whenever you have some extra money. If you have a bonus or a windfall, take a little bit out, put it into crypto, and it will just gradually build over time. A bit like any kind of fund, really, that you're used to investing in. There's a phrase called HODL. It's HODL. It stands for hold on for dear life. Bit of a roller coaster. Cryptocurrency is very volatile. It can go up a lot. It can go down a lot, much more than stocks and shares. So you have to HODL, hold on for dear life, and just put it away. Try not to look too much. And over time, like I said in the introduction, and what I'll go into a little bit more detail here, because each coin is deflationary, it should become more valuable even without more and more people buying it. At the moment, it's predicted that more and more people will buy it. There's more adoption. Mass adoption is coming into the market. Supply and demand. There's more demand. There's less supply. Therefore, the price should go up. At the moment, I predict about a 10% chance that it will go down in the near term, the medium term, let's say, because September could be a good time to be buying. September, in general, the price suffers a little bit because there is some seasonality to crypto. So in September, the price tends to suffer a little bit. I'll be looking to add more if the price goes down. And then October, November, December, the price usually goes up. So that's when we're looking to really explode the price. And I would say at that point is probably 90%. That's what I'm saying. 90% chance we're going to see some good returns. And there's always a small chance that it's just not going to happen and the price will go down. That's just one of the things with crypto. But the returns on it are so good when it goes up. And you just see it as a hedge against inflation. Put a small amount of your portfolio in. That way you're hedging against inflation. You're hedging against something happening to the dollar or the pound. And there's lots of reasons, other reasons to get into it as well. I won't go into all of them today. The fact that it's a global concern, that you can buy it anywhere in the world, you can send it anywhere in the world. So let's just leave that there for today. One of the reasons why mass adoption can be happening even more now, and you've probably heard about this, but we can now buy ETFs in the States, and there's similar things coming to other countries as well. So let's stick to ETFs in the US. Right now, without having to actually buy and hold cryptocurrency yourself. Ultimately, that's the best way because you can transfer ownership to yourself. No one else is involved. But it does add a slightly scare. It can be slightly scary to people, that idea that you've got control of it. Obviously, really, it's a benefit that you have control of it, but also it can be slightly scary having control of it because you have to look after it. There's no bank involved. There's no government involved. That's one of the best things about it. But to access it, especially at the beginning, or maybe if you're older and you want it to just be part of your retirement fund, you can just buy an ETF now. You can go onto an online brokerage and you can buy an ETF just by using the ticker like you would any stock or share. Let's have a quick look at that because I've recently actually set this up for my mother-in-law with Fidelity. So Fidelity is an online brokerage. I don't know how long it's been around for, but it's a very well-known one. Your money's going to be safe there. You can buy stocks and shares, you can buy index funds, all that good stuff. And now you can buy crypto, or at least get exposure to crypto by buying their ETFs. These are two quick examples of ETFs you can buy. One is ETHA, that's the ETH, and IBIT, which is a well-known Bitcoin ETF. And yeah, you can just stick a couple of $1,000s in and see what happens during the next bull run. And then if you want to, you can sell, or you can hold it for the long term. The nice thing about this is you can just use the usual settings if you want to set a beneficiary in case you die and things like that. So just to summarize, the easiest ways to buy and sell crypto right now is buy ETFs through someone like Fidelity, get a Coinbase account. Other exchanges are available. Kraken looks to be a good one. I don't actually have an account with Kraken, but it seems like they have a accessible front end. You can say, I'm new to crypto, let's buy crypto, and I imagine that will take you through it. Then we've got another way to buy, which is iTrust. iTrust is great. It's actually a way to buy crypto within a Roth IRA, and you can put some money in exchange, put some money in a ETF, and put some money in your Roth IRA. Spread out the risk, and I'll go more into this next time. Then the other way to buy and sell is the one we were looking at yesterday, which is more of a day trading platform. To my mind, you can buy and hold coins here. Probably not really the best use for it, but this is where we can trade with this screen. And buy and sell quickly. So let's just go through some of the jargon, a bit of an appendix. If we're talking about spot, that is just when you buy and hold the crypto, whereas a contract or trading account like this one, this is where you're trading it more than just holding it. When you're trading, instead of buying and selling, we say long and short. So a long position is when you're buying, and a short position is when you're predicting the price is going to go down. Without getting into details, you're gambling that the price is going to go down. So long means up, short means down. And it's the same as with stocks and shares, and in terms of talking about bear and bull market. So bear market is when prices are down and everyone's scared of buying anything, which is the best time to buy. And bull markets is when the prices are all going up, 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 and everyone's happy and more people are getting involved. And it's all good if you're in there for the long term. I would say the biggest takeaway from this video, think about currency as a long-term investment, same way you might buy some gold. Buy it, stick it away somewhere safe, come back to it in a few years, and it'll be worth a lot more. Okay, let's leave it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's a bit longer, and I'm hoping it'll get a few more views, get some interest in the channel. And if you want to check out, if you're still here, if you're still here listening to me waffle on right now, thank you. Hit like, hit subscribe. Check out the rest of my channel. It's not all about crypto. I'm going to be doing a lot of different things here. I'm new to YouTube, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for tuning in.